Hi, and welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to talk about 90 English phrases for daily use. I know that sometimes, when you're learning English, you want to speak naturally, just like native speakers do. You want to be able to have simple conversations, order food, ask for help, and talk with friends, without feeling nervous or stuck. That's exactly why today, we're going to practice some of the most common, useful, and friendly phrases that people use every single day. These are not complicated phrases. They are simple, natural expressions that can help you sound confident and friendly in real situations. And as we practice together, I want you to really listen, repeat after me, and imagine using these phrases in your own life. Let's start with greetings. You know, saying hello is one of the first steps in any conversation. Of course, you can always say hello or hi. But there are other ways people greet each other too. For example, when you see someone in the morning, you might say, "Good morning." It's simple, but it feels polite and friendly. Or, if it's the afternoon, you can say, "Good afternoon." And of course, later in the evening, "Good evening." But did you know that in casual situations, you can also say, "Hey there," or "Hi there"? These are friendly and sound a bit more relaxed. Sometimes, you might meet someone you know and you want to ask how they are. The most common way is, "How are you?" But people also say, "How's it going?" or "How have you been?" These phrases sound a bit different, but they mean almost the same thing. You're asking if the person is okay, or how their life is going. And when you answer, you can say, "I'm good, thank you," or "I'm fine, thanks." If you want to sound even more natural, you can say, "I'm doing well," or "Not bad, thanks." And it's always nice to add, "And you?" to keep the conversation going. Now, let's think about polite ways to ask for something. In English, being polite is very important, especially when you're talking to people you don't know well or when you're asking for help. For example, if you want to ask for directions, you can start with, "Excuse me." This is a very useful phrase. You might say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Or, "Excuse me, do you know where the bank is?" Using "excuse me" shows respect and makes people more willing to help you. Another useful phrase is, "Could you please?" For example, "Could you please tell me the time?" Or, "Could you please help me with this?" This is a soft and polite way to ask for something, and it works in almost any situation. Now, when you want to say thank you, of course, you can say, "Thank you." But sometimes, you might want to sound even more polite, or a little bit warmer. You can say, "Thank you very much," or "Thanks a lot." And when someone says thank you to you, what do you say? You can say, "You're welcome." That's the standard way. But you can also say, "No problem," or "Anytime," or "My pleasure." All of these make you sound friendly and helpful. Let's practice that together. I'll say a phrase, and you repeat after me. Ready? "Excuse me. Could you please help me?" "Thank you very much." "You're welcome." Great. Keep going with me. Don't just listen. Try to speak aloud. That's how you'll remember these phrases and feel comfortable using them. Now, sometimes, you'll need to apologize. Maybe you bump into someone, or you make a mistake. In English, it's polite to say, "I'm sorry." You can also say, Sorry about that. Or, I didn't mean to. For example, if you step on someone's foot, you can quickly say, I'm sorry. And if you want to explain, you might add, I didn't mean to do that. Being quick to say sorry shows good manners and helps keep conversations friendly. Now, let's talk about offering help. Sometimes, you might see someone who needs help, or maybe you just want to be polite. You can say, Can I help you? Or, Do you need any help? If someone offers you help and you want to accept, you can say, Yes, please. Or, if you don't need help, you can say, No, thank you. It's that simple, but it makes a big difference when you use polite words like this. Let's practice together again. Repeat after me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Can I help you? Yes, please. No, thank you. Good job. Every time you practice out loud, you're training your mouth and your brain to work together. And that's the best way to build fluency. Now, let's move on to some casual expressions you'll hear in everyday conversations, like when you want to say something is okay, or you agree with someone, you can say, That's fine, or No worries. For example, if someone says, I'm going to be a little late, you can answer, That's fine, or No worries. These phrases make you sound relaxed and friendly, and if you want to show you understand something, you can say, I see, or Got it. These are simple ways to show you understand what someone just said. Let's practice a few together. That's fine. No worries. I see. Got it. Perfect. Remember, you don't need to memorize everything at once. The best way to learn is to listen, repeat, and use the phrases in real life, a little at a time. Now, what about making suggestions? If you want to give someone an idea or suggest a plan, you can say, How about, for example, how about we go for coffee? Or, let's meet tomorrow. These phrases are useful and you're making plans with friends or trying to decide what to do, and they help you sound natural. Let's try them together. How about we go for coffee? Let's meet tomorrow. Great. Keep practicing with me. I want you to imagine you're talking with a friend. You want to make a suggestion. You might say, How about we have lunch together? Or, Let's try that new restaurant. See how natural that feels? The more you practice like this, the more natural it will feel when you speak English in your daily life. Sometimes, in daily conversations, you want to ask for someone's opinion or check if they agree with you. One very common way to do that is by saying, What do you think? This simple question invites the other person to share their thoughts. You can use it after sharing an idea or when you want advice. For example, you might say, I'm thinking of buying this jacket. What do you think? Or, We could meet at 6. What do you think? You can also say, Does that sound good? Or, Is that okay with you? These are friendly, polite ways to check if the other person agrees. Let's practice together. What do you think? Does that sound good? Is that okay with you? Very good. You're doing great. Now, sometimes you'll want to express surprise or interest or show you're listening. For that, you can use simple phrases like, Really? Or, Wow. Or even, That's interesting. These little expressions help you sound more natural in conversations and show the other person that you care about what they're saying. Imagine your friend says, I'm moving to a new city. You can answer, Really? Or, wow, that's exciting. Let's try them together. Really? Wow, that's interesting. Good. It's easy. But it makes your conversation feel more alive. Now, let's talk about expressing likes and dislikes. A very common phrase is, I like. For example, I like pizza. Or, I like going for walks. If you don't like something, you can say, I don't like, I don't like rainy days. And if you want to be softer, you can say, I'm not a big fan of. For example, I'm not a big fan of spicy food. This sounds polite and friendly, even when you're talking about things you don't like. Let's practice. I like pizza. I don't like rainy days. I'm not a big fan of spicy food. Perfect. The more you say these phrases aloud, the more natural they will feel when you need them. Now, let's practice talking about future plans. A useful phrase is, I'm going to. For example, I'm going to the store, or I'm going to watch a movie tonight. This is an easy way to talk about something you plan to do. Another way is, I'll, which means, I will. For example, I'll call you later, or I'll meet you at the cafe. Let's try them together. I'm going to the store. I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I'll call you later. I'll meet you at the cafe. Very nice. You see, by practicing like this, you're learning real English that people use every single day. Now, what if you want to make a polite offer or suggest doing something helpful? You can say, would you like, for example, would you like some coffee? Or, would you like to join us? You can also say, can I get you, can I get you a drink? These phrases are friendly and make people feel welcome. Let's practice. Would you like some coffee? Can I get you a drink? Very good. Keep going with me, and when you want to accept an offer, you can say, yes, please, or that would be great. And if you want to say no politely, you can say, no thank you, or I'm okay thanks. Let's try those too. Yes, please, that would be great. No thank you, I'm okay thanks. Great job. Remember, speaking politely is always a good idea. Whether you're talking with friends or strangers, politeness builds good relationships. Now, sometimes, in conversation, you want to show that you're ready to start, or you agree with a plan. You can say, sounds good, or let's do it. For example, your friend says, let's meet at 5. You can answer, sounds good, or let's do it. Let's practice. Sounds good. Let's do it. Perfect. You're really doing a great job following along. Now, let's talk about asking for information. You can use simple questions like, what time is it? Or, where is the restroom? Or, how much does this cost? These are very useful, and you'll hear them all the time. Let's practice them together. What time is it? Where is the restroom? How much does this cost? Very good. And don't forget, when you ask questions like these, it's nice to add excuse me at the beginning. That makes your question polite. For example, excuse me, what time is it? Now, sometimes, you want to check if someone understands you or if they need help. You can say, do you understand? or is that clear? And if you want to make sure you understood, you can ask, am I right? Or, did I get that right? Let's practice. Do you understand? Is that clear? Am I right? Did I get that right? Great. These phrases help make conversations smoother, and they show you're paying attention. Let's keep practicing together. Now, sometimes you'll want to agree with someone, or show that you have the same opinion. A simple way to do this is by saying, me too. For example, if your friend says, I love pizza, you can say, me too. You can also say, I agree. Or, exactly. These phrases make your conversations feel more natural, and they help build connections with people. Let's practice together. Me too. I agree. Exactly. Very good. Keep repeating these aloud with me. It will make a real difference when you speak English. Now, what if you want to express surprise? Or if something is hard to believe? You can say, no way, or, you're kidding. These are common expressions people use when they hear surprising news. For example, your friend says, I won the lottery. You can say, no way, or, you're kidding. Let's practice. No way. You're kidding. Great. Remember, these little expressions make your English sound alive and real. Now, let's talk about expressing gratitude. Of course, you already know thank you, but there are some other nice ways to show you appreciate someone. You can say, I really appreciate it, or, thanks a bunch. These sound friendly, and they make people feel good. Let's try them together. I really appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. You're doing a great job practicing with me. Now, sometimes things don't go the way we plan, and you want to say it's okay or not a problem. You can say, it's all good, or don't worry about it. These are nice ways to make someone feel better if they make a mistake, or if something small goes wrong. Let's practice. It's all good. Don't worry about it. See how natural those sound? They're friendly and easy to use in many situations. Now, sometimes you might need to end a conversation politely. You can say, I have to go now, or I'll talk to you later. These are soft ways to end a chat, and they keep things friendly. Let's practice. I have to go now. I'll talk to you later. Good job. And if you want to make it a little warmer, you can say, it was nice talking to you, or see you soon. Let's try those. It was nice talking to you. See you soon. Perfect. These little phrases make a big difference when you use them with a friendly tone. Now, let's practice some expressions for when you don't know something. It's okay to say, I don't know. That's simple and honest. But you can also say, I'm not sure, or let me check. For example, if someone asks, do you know where Sarah is? You can say, I'm not sure. Let me check. Let's practice. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me check. Very nice. Saying these phrases naturally makes you sound confident, even when you don't have the answer. Now, if you want to show that you agree with someone, or you think something is true, you can say, that's right, or absolutely. These expressions are strong ways to say yes, or to show you agree. Let's practice them. That's right. Absolutely. Good. These are great phrases for conversations at work, with friends, or even when you're just chatting casually. Now, let's look at some ways to say goodbye. Of course, you know goodbye. But there are softer, more casual ways too, like see you, or take care, or even have a good day. Let's try them together. See you, take care, have a good day. Great. Using these phrases makes your conversations feel friendly and natural. Now, sometimes, you want to wish someone luck. You can say, good luck, or all the best, or even fingers crossed. These are nice ways to show you care about someone's success. Let's practice. Good luck, all the best, fingers crossed. Very nice. These little phrases help you connect with people and make your English sound warm and friendly. Now, imagine you're agreeing to do something. You want to say, sure, or no problem. These are easy ways to say yes, in a helpful and positive way. Let's try them. Sure, no problem. Great work. You're learning real, useful, daily English. Now, let's practice talking about your feelings. Sometimes, you might want to say that you're happy or excited. A simple way to do that is, I'm so happy, or I'm really excited. These expressions show your emotions and help people understand how you feel. For example, you can say, I'm so happy to see you, or I'm really excited about the trip. Let's practice them together. I'm so happy. I'm really excited. Good. And when you want to show sympathy or care, you can say, I'm sorry to hear that, or that's too bad. These are useful when someone shares bad news, or when you want to show understanding. Let's practice. I'm sorry to hear that. That's too bad. Very good. These phrases are small, but they help build warm conversations. Now, let's talk about giving compliments. You can say, you look great, or that's a nice idea. Compliments are a wonderful way to make people feel good. For example, if a friend gets a new haircut, you can say, you look great. Or if someone shares a smart idea, you can say, that's a nice idea. Let's practice. You look great. That's a nice idea. Great. Remember, a kind word can make someone's day. Now, what about expressing hope? You can say, I hope so, or I hope you have a great day. These are friendly ways to show positive feelings. Let's try them. I hope so. I hope you have a great day. Perfect. You're really practicing well with me. Now, let's practice saying you're ready. You can say, I'm ready, or let's get started. These are useful when you want to begin something, or show you're prepared. Let's say them together. I'm ready. Let's get started. Very nice. These are simple, but so helpful in daily life. Now, if you want to say something is easy, you can say, it's easy, or if something is hard, you can say, it's not easy. You might also hear people say, it's a piece of cake, which means, it's very easy. Let's practice. It's easy. It's not easy. It's a piece of cake. Great. Now you know some ways to talk about difficulty. Let's move on to expressions you can use when you're surprised or impressed. You can say, that's amazing, or that's awesome. These are very common in English, and they show strong, positive feelings. Let's say them together. That's amazing. That's awesome. Good. Keep going. You're doing a great job repeating with me. Now, sometimes you'll want to check if something is okay or allowed. You can say, is it okay if, for example, is it okay if I sit here? This is polite and friendly. Let's try it. Is it okay if I sit here? Perfect. Now, what about when you want to give advice? You can say, you should. For example, you should try this. Or, why don't you, like, why don't you call him? These are simple ways to suggest something, in a friendly way. Let's practice. You should try this. Why don't you call him? Excellent. Remember, these phrases sound natural, and they're great for giving advice kindly. Now, if you want to say something is possible, you can say, it might be, or maybe. These are soft ways to say you're not sure, but it could happen. Let's say them together. It might be, maybe. Good. These are helpful when you want to sound polite and not too direct. Now, what if you want to ask someone to wait? You can say, just a moment, or hold on. These are polite ways to ask for a little time. Let's practice. Just a moment. Hold on. Very good. These are very useful, especially when you're on the phone or in a busy place. And sometimes you'll need to say you're finished or done with something. You can say, I'm done, or that's it. These are simple and clear. Let's try them together. I'm done. That's it. Great job. Now, let's practice talking about making plans. When you want to arrange something with a friend or ask if they're free, you can say, are you free tomorrow? Or, do you want to hang out? These are friendly, everyday phrases you'll hear often. For example, so you might say, are you free this weekend? Or, do you want to hang out after work? These are simple ways to invite someone or start making plans. Let's practice. Are you free tomorrow? Do you want to hang out? Good. And if you want to confirm a plan, you can say, let me know. Or, sounds like a plan. Let's try them. Let me know. Sounds like a plan. Very good. These phrases make your English feel more natural and easygoing. Now, sometimes, you'll want to express surprise in a nice way. You can say, I didn't expect that, or, that's a surprise. These are good to use when something unexpected happens, but it's not a bad thing. Let's practice. I didn't expect that. That's a surprise. Great. Using these expressions makes your reactions feel friendly and real. Now, let's talk about showing understanding. When you hear something and you want to show that you get it, you can say, I get it, or I see what you mean. Let's practice together. I get it. I see what you mean. Very good. These are helpful phrases for keeping conversations smooth and showing people that you're listening. Now, when you're talking about time and you want to say something is soon, you can say, I'll be right there, or see you soon. These help you talk about plans in a friendly way. Let's say them together. I'll be right there. See you soon. Perfect. You're really getting the hang of this. Now, what about when you're busy? You can say, I'm a bit busy right now, or can we talk later? These are polite ways to let someone know you need time, without sounding rude. Let's practice. I'm a bit busy right now. Can we talk later? Great. These are useful in daily life, especially at work or when you're studying. Now, sometimes you want to encourage someone. You can say, "You can do it," or "Keep it up." These positive phrases make people feel supported, and they're nice to hear. Let's practice. You can do it. Keep it up. Very good. It feels good to hear encouragement, and it feels good to give it too. Now, if you want to say something was fun, you can say, "I had a great time," or "It was fun." These are nice ways to end a good day or a nice conversation. Let's try them. I had a great time. It was fun. Perfect. These expressions help make friendly connections stronger. Now, if you want to say you're ready to help, you can say, "Let me know if you need anything," or "I'm here for you." These are caring, supportive phrases, and they make people feel good. Let's practice. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here for. Or you. Good. These are lovely ways to show kindness, and when you want to express hope for something, you can say, "Fingers crossed," or "Here's hoping." These are common ways people talk about hoping for good luck. Let's say them together. Fingers crossed. Here's hoping. Nice work. These little expressions really make your English feel alive. Now, let's practice asking someone to keep you updated. You can say, "Keep me posted," or "Let me know what happens." These are friendly ways to ask for information later. Let's try. Keep me posted. Let me know what happens. Very good. These are especially useful with friends, or when you're waiting for news. Now, let's review a few phrases for expressing interest, or showing you're listening. You can say, "Tell me more," or "I'd love to hear about it." These show you care and want to know more. Let's practice. Tell me more. I'd love to hear about it. Excellent. These phrases make conversations feel warm and open. Now, let's practice some phrases you can use when you're giving someone good news. You might want to say, "Guess what?" or "I have some good news." These expressions are fun ways to start a happy conversation. For example, you can say, "Guess what? I got the job." Or, "I have some good news. We're going on vacation." These phrases help you build excitement in your conversation. Let's practice them together. Guess what? I have some good news. Very good. Remember, your voice and your energy help bring these phrases to life. Now, sometimes you want to agree to something, but in a way that sounds happy or friendly. You can say, "That works for me," or "I'm good with that." These are simple ways to say yes when you're making a plan or agreeing on something. Let's try them. That works for me. I'm good with that. Great. These are especially useful when you're talking with friends or making casual plans. Now, if you want to give someone a suggestion, but you want to sound polite, you can say, "Maybe you could," or "Have you thought about?" These soft expressions are great when you want to help, without sounding like you're giving orders. Let's practice. Maybe you could try this. Have you thought about that? Good. These help keep the conversation friendly and open. Now, let's talk about offering congratulations. You can say, "Congratulations," or "Well done." These are simple, and they make people feel appreciated and proud. For example, "Congratulations on your promotion," or "Well done on your project." Let's try them. Congratulations. Well done. Very nice. A kind word goes a long way. Now, sometimes you want to check if someone is okay. You can say, "Are you okay?" or Is everything all right? These phrases show care and concern, and they're very important in daily life. Let's practice. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Good. These small questions can really make someone feel cared for. Now, if someone asks you how you're doing, and you want to say everything is fine, you can say, I'm good, or everything's fine. Or, if you want to sound casual, you can say, all good. Let's practice. I'm good. Everything's fine. All good. Great. You're getting really comfortable with these expressions. Now, let's practice phrases for when you want to say you're ready, or something is okay with you. You can say, I'm okay with that. Or, that sounds fine. These are great for showing agreement in a friendly way. Let's try them. I'm okay with that. That sounds fine. Perfect. Keep going. You're doing really well. Now, sometimes you want to check if someone has time, or if something is a good time for them. You can say, is this a good time? Or, do you have a minute? These are polite ways to ask before starting a conversation. Let's practice. Is this a good time? Do you have a minute? Very good. These small phrases make a big difference in daily conversations. Now, if you want to express that you'll do something soon, you can say, I'll be there soon, or I'll get back to you. These are useful for making short promises or following up on something. Let's try them. I'll be there soon. I'll get back to you. Excellent. These expressions are helpful in both personal and work situations. Now, let's practice some ways to thank someone again. But this time, for specific help. You can say, thanks for your help, or I really appreciate your support. These show gratitude in a more personal way. Let's practice. Thanks for your help. I really appreciate your support. Great. You're learning how to make your English sound both polite and natural. Now, let's practice some phrases for making polite requests. You can say, would you mind? Or, is it okay if I? These are soft, friendly ways to ask for permission or a favor. For example, you might say, would you mind helping me with this? Or, is it okay if I borrow your pen? These expressions help you sound polite and respectful. Let's practice them together. Would you mind helping me with this? Is it okay if I borrow your pen? Very good. Remember, using polite questions like these makes everyday interactions smoother. Now, sometimes you want to express that something is your opinion. You can say, in my opinion, or I think. These are useful when sharing your thoughts in a friendly way. For example, in my opinion, that's a great idea. Or, I think we should try it. Let's practice. In my opinion, I think we should try it. Good job. Using these phrases shows confidence and helps you express yourself clearly. Now, let's talk about giving a gentle reminder. You can say, just a reminder. Or, don't forget to. These are friendly ways to remind someone. With O, but sounding too serious. For example, just a reminder, we have a meeting tomorrow. Or, don't forget to call me later. Let's practice. Just a reminder, don't forget to call me later. Perfect. These are very useful for everyday situations, especially at work, or with friends, Now, if you want to say something is true for you, you can say, for me, or personally. These phrases help you talk about your personal experience or opinion. Let's try them together. For me, it works well. Personally, I like it. Great. These little phrases help make your conversations sound honest and real. Now, sometimes you want to say something is important. You can say, it's important to, or make sure to. These are common when you're giving advice or reminding someone about something. Let's practice. It's important to be on time. Make sure to check your work. Good. These are phrases you'll hear often, and they're easy to use once you practice. Now, if you want to say you agree with someone, but in a polite way, you can say, that makes sense, or, I see your point. These help you show understanding and agreement. Let's say them together. That makes sense. I see your point. Very good. These expressions are helpful in discussions and friendly conversations too. Now, let's practice ways to ask for advice. You can say, what would you do? Or, do you have any advice? These are friendly and make it easy to ask for help. Let's try. What would you do? Do you have any advice? Excellent. You're doing a great job practicing these with me. Now, sometimes you want to talk about possibilities. You can say, there's a chance that, or, it could happen. These are soft ways to express things that might happen. Let's practice. There's a chance that it will rain. It could happen. Very good. These phrases are helpful in daily conversations when talking about plans or future events. And now, let's practice one more friendly way to offer help. You can say, if you need anything, just let me know. This sounds warm, helpful, and inviting. Let's say it together. If you need anything, just let me know. Perfect. You're really building a strong list of daily English phrases. Now, let's practice a few more expressions that will help you sound natural in friendly conversations. Sometimes, you want to say you're looking forward to something. You can say, I'm looking forward to it, or, I can't wait. These phrases show excitement and positive feelings. For example, you might say, I'm looking forward to our trip, or, I can't wait to see you. Let's practice them together. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Very nice. These are great to use when talking about future plans or special events. Now, let's practice phrases for when you agree with a small detail or when something is true for both people. You can say, same here, or, so do I. These short phrases make your responses quick and natural. For example, if someone says, I love coffee, you can say, same here, or, so do I. Let's practice. Same here, so do I. Good. Using these expressions makes you sound friendly and relatable. Now, sometimes you want to say something is not a big deal. You can say, it's no big deal, or, it's nothing. These phrases help keep conversations light, especially when someone is worried or apologizing for something small. Let's try them. It's no big deal. It's nothing. Great. These are simple, and they make people feel at ease. Now, if you want to say you'll try your best, you can say, I'll do my best, or I'll try. These phrases show a good attitude and a willingness to help. Let's practice. I'll do my best. I'll try. Excellent. These positive phrases are useful in both work and personal situations. Now, when you want to say you're ready to listen, you can say, I'm all ears, or go ahead. These are friendly ways to show you're paying attention and ready for the other person to speak. Let's practice. I'm all ears. Go ahead. Very good. These help keep the conversation open and friendly. Now, let's practice phrases for when you want to say it's your turn or you'll do something next. You can say, it's my turn, or I'll take care of it. These are useful in group situations or when you're helping with a task. Let's say them together. It's my turn. I'll take care of it. Perfect. These phrases make teamwork smoother and show you're ready to help. Now, sometimes you want to say you understand and you want to confirm something. You can say, is that right? Or, did I get it right? These are friendly ways to make sure you understood correctly. Let's practice. Is that right? Did I get it right? Very nice. Using these helps avoid misunderstandings and keeps communication clear. Now, when you want to say you're sure of something, you can say, I'm sure, or definitely. These phrases show confidence and help make your point clear. Let's practice. I'm sure, definitely, good. These simple words are powerful in everyday conversations. Now, let's talk about saying goodbye in a friendly way. You can say, talk to you later, or catch you later. These are casual, and they leave a friendly feeling when ending a chat. Let's try them. Talk to you later. Catch you later. Perfect. You're doing an excellent job practicing with me. Now, let's practice some phrases that you can use when you want to suggest doing something together. You can say, let's catch up sometime, or we should hang out. These expressions are friendly, and they're a nice way to invite someone without making it too formal. For example, you might say, let's catch up sometime. It's been a while. Or, we should hang out this weekend. Let's practice them together. Let's catch up sometime. We should hang out. Very good. These are great phrases for making social plans with friends, or even new people you meet. Now, sometimes you want to politely agree to something, but you want to leave it open. You can say, that sounds good to me, or I'm fine with that. These are friendly ways to say yes, without sounding too serious. Let's try them together. That sounds good to me. I'm fine with that. Great. You're doing really well keeping up with these daily phrases. Now, if you want to check if someone is okay with your idea, or if they like your suggestion, you can say, does that work for you? Or, are you okay with that? These are helpful when making sure everyone agrees before you decide. Let's practice. Does that work for you? Are you okay with that? Perfect. These small questions really help in polite and clear conversations. Now, if you want to make a small promise or a casual commitment, you can say, I promise, or you have my word. These show you're serious about doing something, and they sound friendly too. Let's say them together. I promise. You have my word. Very good. These phrases help build trust in conversations. Now, sometimes you want to express excitement about something good that happened. You can say, that's great news. Or, I'm so happy for you. These expressions show support and help make your conversations feel kind and positive. Let's practice. That's great news. I'm so happy for you. Excellent. A few kind words can make a big difference. Now, if you want to say something didn't go as planned, you can say, it didn't work out, or things didn't go as planned. These are gentle ways to talk about disappointment without sounding too negative. Let's practice. It didn't work out. Things didn't go as planned. Good. These help you speak honestly, but still sound friendly. Now, when you want to offer encouragement again, you can say, don't give up, or keep going. These phrases are strong, simple, and make people feel supported. Let's practice. Don't give up. Keep going. Very nice. Encouragement is always a good thing to share with others. Now, let's practice saying you're available. You can say, I'm available, or I'm free. These are helpful when making plans or offering to help. Let's say them together. I'm available. I'm free. Great. These little expressions are very useful in daily conversations. And now, sometimes you want to say you're almost done with something. You can say, I'm almost done, or I'm nearly finished. These help explain your situation, politely and clearly. Let's practice. I'm almost done. I'm nearly finished. Perfect. You're practicing so well, and you're learning phrases that you can really use every day. Now, let's practice a few more friendly and helpful expressions that you can use anytime. Sometimes, when you want to wish someone a good experience, you can say, have a good one, or enjoy. These are light, casual ways to send someone off with a smile. For example, when someone is leaving, you might say, have a good one. Or, if someone is about to eat or go on a trip, you can say, enjoy. Let's practice them together. Have a good one. Enjoy. Very nice. These little expressions really brighten up daily conversations. Now, sometimes you want to say you'll be in touch or follow up with someone. You can say, I'll get in touch, or I'll reach out. These phrases are helpful in both personal and professional conversations. Let's say them together. I'll get in touch. I'll reach out. Great. These show that you'll make contact later and help build friendly communication. Now, let's practice phrases you can use when you're offering help one more time. You can say, let me help you with that. Or, I'd be happy to help. These make you sound thoughtful and willing to support others. Let's try them together. Let me help you with that. I'd be happy to help. Excellent. These kinds of phrases create kindness in every conversation. Now, sometimes you want to say you're waiting for something or expecting something. You can say, I'm waiting for, or I'm expecting. These are simple ways to talk about plans, or things that haven't happened yet. Let's practice. I'm waiting for my friend. I'm expecting a call. Very good. These phrases help you express yourself clearly in everyday situations. Now, when you want to make a polite suggestion one last time, you can say, why don't we? Or, how about we? These are easy, friendly ways to suggest doing something together. Let's say them together. Why don't we grab some coffee? How about we meet later? Perfect. You've practiced so many helpful ways to connect with people today. Now, before we finish, let's go over some quick, friendly responses you can use anytime. If someone thanks you, you can say, no problem. Or, if someone apologizes, you can say, it's okay. Let's practice them. No problem. It's okay. Great. These help keep conversations friendly and relaxed. And finally, sometimes you want to encourage someone or make them feel strong. You can say, you've got this, or I believe in you. These simple words can really make someone feel good. Let's practice. You've got this. I believe in you. Wonderful. These are great to use with friends, family, or even colleagues. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. You've done such a great job following along with me. We've practiced 90 common English phrases that you can use every day in real life. These phrases will help you sound natural, friendly, and confident in your conversations. The key now is to keep practicing. Use them when you speak, repeat them aloud, and try them with your friends. Thank you so much for watching and for spending this time with me today. I'm really proud of how much you've practiced, and I hope you'll come back and learn with me again. If you enjoyed this video, and if it helped you, I'd love it if you could give it a like. And if you want more lessons like this, you can subscribe to this channel. I'll be right here whenever you want to practice English together. Take care, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.